no, I'm so sorry. I'm in your way right now.
I'm in your way. You're in my way.
We've done it all representation. Very good.
Great. Well, thank you all so much for being here to hear about the West Side Market Master Plan. So we're here for Intermarket Plan, where we're going to be presenting about a year's worth of work to think about the future of the master plan. So sort of order of operations, you're going to hear from me for a couple minutes, and you're going to hear from our incredible consultant, Spitzer, about the master plan, you'll hear about the process and recommendations. So we're going to bring up a couple of our board members and vendors to do sort of a short moderated conversation so you can hear their reactions to the master plan. And then after all of that, we'll give you an opportunity to ask questions. So if you have questions, put them to the very end. So my name is Jessica Trevisano. I am the senior strategist focused on West Side Market, hired by Mayor Bibb to really come up with a plan and strategy for the future of the market. The market is so important to the city. Oh, sorry. I'll start talking about that. The market is so important to the city of Cleveland, and I think that's why all of you are here today, is because you all care about the market just as much as we do. I want to first thank our sponsor for our New Market series, PNC Foundation. They have generously sponsored a series of conversations all about West Side Market. So we've already done some talks about history, about women's entrepreneurship, about food access, all of these really important things that we'll talk about tonight that can lead through the operations of West Side Market. We have 3 additional events coming up. We have one next month about sort of culinary inspiration and how West Side Market has affected our food scenes. We'll have some great local chefs. We have one about climate resiliency, and one about minority entrepreneurship. So thank you to PNC Foundation for creating a great I also have many partners to thank for this master plan process. So doing a master plan for the market takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of hands, takes a ton of time. So I want to thank the George Gunn Foundation and the Mount Sinai Health Foundation for being instrumental partners to get all of this work done with us. I need to thank Ohio City Inc., who's support our small businesses is really important. And then, part of this whole challenge with the market, though, is there's all of these amazing things, but it operates at a loss every year. So the city put in about $700,000 subsidy every year. And part of the goal of this plan is to think about how we can make the market financially sustainable. So one of our kind of the key goals of this entire process is to hand the market operations over to a new nonprofit. Yeah, I think the mic's kind of going up and down, so that might be part of it. I'll try to talk really close to the mic. So one of the goals is for our primary goal is to switch the operations of Westside Market from being city-owned and city-operated, still being city-owned, but to being nonprofit-operated. That nonprofit is Cleveland Public Market Corporation. It's a new nonprofit entity that was formed this year, that is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And there's a lot of really good things that can happen with a nonprofit operating market. One is that the nonprofit can have this dual bottom line, both being mission focused and having the goal of being financially incentivized to have its operating expenses being covered by the revenue. That saves the city money in the long run because the nonprofit will be, hopefully, we think, operating in the black. We can also use the nonprofit to have different sources of revenue that the city just isn't able to access. Things like grants, sponsorships, event revenue, all things really important for the long-term mission of the market. We have a really amazing board, diverse and passionate. We think we're going to have a staff that is also diverse and passionate, and those people can be devoted full-time to the operation of the market. Every day, all they have to think about is the market. They don't have to think about streets, they don't have to think about garbage pickup, all of these other things that cities have to think about. And then we really think that the Westside Market, under nonprofit operation, can be a leader in food access and education and small business. So this is our board. We have many of our board members here today. We're really proud of this board, really excited to have them here. If you're a board member, do you mind standing up just for a second so we can praise you and say what a great job you're already doing. Thank you. Three of our board members are nominated by the association, 3 by the mayor's office, 1 by city council. So that is going to go on in perpetuity. It's really important to us that the merchants have representation on the board. Those boards have multiple committees. The hope is that these committees will be staffed not only with board members and the staff of the nonprofit and vendors, but also with folks like you who care about the market, who have skills to offer. So I want to just mention that there will be future opportunities to engage with the market and with the nonprofit board. So there will be merchant relations committee, a facilities committee, and a community engagement committee. So just make sure you pay attention to the future of the market and apply to me on this. So tonight, what we're here mainly to talk about is the master plan. As you may have known, especially those of you who've been in the area or engaged with the market for a long time, we have a lot of plans about the market. Some of you have been to this meeting 2 or 3 times now over your lifetime. So what makes this plan different? One, this plan does build on all of the work that we've been doing in those plans, or that has been done through those plans. There's been tons of engagement, tons of ideas.
no smog like this in Portland, Maine. But I have been coming now to Cleveland for the past year to be working on this project. I have devoted my entire career to public markets. I started doing this work when I was in college. And I had the opportunity to work on historic markets throughout the United States, and like Lexington Market in Baltimore, which has been operating since 1780s, and many others. I brought this cumulative experience to the work here in Cleveland. So again, some of the projects that I've worked on in many historic markets. I've also been involved with helping to start new markets in various places around the country. I was hired to develop this master plan, and the scope of work includes kind of all these different pieces. Under the first phase of research and assessment, and reviewing all of the other master plans that have been done, as Bethany mentioned, some really good work has been done recently around that. We did some additional research, really understanding who is shopping in the market today, and answer some unanswered questions. There is a phase 1 report. It is on the mayor's website. So if anyone needs some bedtime reading to help you fall asleep, I encourage you to go there. And then over the last number of months, I've been working on the vision for the market, the design ideas, and the business plan elements. The work has been guided by an advisory committee, some of the same people who are now on the board of directors, but actually with a broader group that was involved in the advisory committee, including a number of market merchants and a number of people from the city. So this was a fantastically diverse, interesting, and engaged group who very much helped shape the master plan. So we did a whole lot of different things in this process. I met individually with almost every merchant in the market. We did a customer interest survey and brought in national best practices from other historic public markets, in-depth review of how the market is operating, and met multiple times with the Merchants Association. Most of them, all of the advisory committee meetings are also online. So if you'd like to both look and read, you can have more watch hour and a half long meeting. But again, all the information, the whole process is very transparent, so anyone who's interested can follow what happens. So here are just some of the meetings that we had over the course of the past year with the advisory committee, with the tenant association, and with the new corporation. Part of the work was to develop a clear mission, values, and vision for the market. So the market's future can be grounded in mission and values and vision. So this is the written vision statement, repeats some of the things that Jessica said, and I think really captures what people love about the West Side market. So what are some of the key findings? Well, first of all, you have the most beautiful market in America. And the problem is, over the last 120 years, it hasn't been well taken care of. So there are some serious issues. It's a beautiful cathedral to food, but it has some real problems. We know that the market can play some really impactful roles in a number of areas. Really important issues to Cleveland and to every city in America. Provide access to fresh and healthy food, to support small businesses, to develop innovative workforce development programs, and to garner tourism. The multi-generational fresh food businesses here are the envy of most other public markets in America. In fact, you have businesses that connected directly to the founding of the market in 1912. There are a lot of vacancies in the market today. 32% of the area of the entire market is vacant. It's a problem. It's one reason why the city has had to subsidize the market. But it also provides a great opportunity to make some changes. And so it allows us to propose changes to improve the market without having to displace or change the merchants who are there today. But we found what has been repeated over and over in the research is while people love to shop for fresh food, interesting specialty food then more facilities to do great programming. So lots of reasons why we should make physical changes. So it all starts in the basement. This is the part that most customers never see. But if you travel around and you go to other markets, you'll know that the spaces where merchants operate are very small. One reason we have 100 spaces is not due to buildings. And it only happens because they have their products and some of their processing happens right below the market in the basement. The basement is the full footprint of the entire building. And that has been held back and is problematic because it's not been improved. So we start there. Our design, I want to mention I work with an architect. The only thing I don't do is the design. I work with an incredible architect, Steve Boyd, who is really the country's only specialist in public markets. He devotes his entire career to this field. But he very carefully laid out and planned a basement with new coolers, new production spaces, lockers, all sorts of things to function better. Also adding new elevators. Bathrooms are not accessible by elevators today. We can add a new elevator to the arcade with a produce in, because the basement actually goes underneath. Lots of opportunities to improve space. It's not inexpensive to fix this basement because it is needs to really be wiped clean and started over. And the merchants have to keep operating during the construction period. So there's a lot to do in the basement, but it actually will be so important. And a really exciting piece, I have my little pointer here, so we're adding one really important element, which is a shared commercial kitchen in the basement. So we devoted some space to that. This next picture shows you what's a blow-up view of what that looks like. So the idea of the kitchen is we have two full operating kitchens used for a number of different purposes. One is to support the merchants who are there today. Many of them actually use off-site production facilities and then bring their product into the market or whatever they sell. Quite inefficient. It would be possible for them, some of them, to do their work right in the market. They could use this shared commercial kitchen. It's also an opportunity to support startup entrepreneurs who could use the kitchen, have the kitchen incubator program, which helps to launch new businesses. These could be the merchants of tomorrow who start producing their product here and then selling it either to merchants upstairs or selling it directly themselves from spaces within the market. Other public markets have similar facilities. I have photographs here of a Market Island plant in Grand Rapids, Michigan, called the Grand Rapids Downtown Market. We also have a shared commercial kitchen. They've been operating for 10 years, very successful. All right, now we'll move upstairs. This is a floor plan for the market. We are proposing some substantial changes in the arcades and some important but smaller changes for the market hall itself. As you know, the arcades historically have been where produce is sold, but today the arcades are about half empty, 50% vacancy in the arcades. Our plan says let's cluster all of the produce into what we're calling the East Arcade, which is the east, the smaller thing. Far right. We'll have 24 spaces for produce merchants in an improved building. So today there's no heating or very little heating, no air conditioning in those spaces. Upgrade them, make them much more functional for the produce merchants and locate them there. And then take the North Arcade, once the East Arcade is improved, to turn the North Arcade into a center of eating and drinking. Modern lingo is often called a food hall. So the same basic idea of what's in the market, in the sense of small, local, independent businesses, but a focus on prepared food and beverages. So people can eat in that zone, but maintain the big market hall and the East Arcade more fresh and growing. And then we are proposing some improvements in the northeast and southwest corners of the building to make it more functional. So this is the East Arcade today, and the plan is to make the renovations and to create a new East Hall that is all produce that has more flexibility. Today, recall that you have one way of selling, which is all the merchants provide a very small riser. If merchants want that, they can do that, but they also can design space in different ways. To walk in and have more display. Once we improve the building with air conditioning, then they can have coolers there, refrigeration for their produce, which really can help the product quality. The North Arcade, as I mentioned, will become a food hall. We have rooms for 12 independent